Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds, kickboxing according to K1 rules. Here in Arena Zagreb tonight at FFC 27 Night of Champions, this is an inaugural title bout for the FFC Middleweight Championship title. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 85.6 kilograms with a professional record of 15 wins and 11 losses, including an impressive knockout victory at FFC 26 in Linz. He fights out of St. Valentin, Austria. He is Rene Wimmer. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 85.2 kilograms with an impressive professional record of 42 wins, 12 losses and 1 draw. He is a former WKU and WKA world champion with 3 FFC victories under his belt, fighting out of Banja Luka, Bosnia and Herzegovina. He is Denis the Lumberjack Marjanovic. And your referee in charge of this championship contest, Mladen Kranjec.
So Peter Linker gives us the stats. All the talk is done now.
FFC rules for 5 minutes. Okay?
Just the last little bits from Mladen Kranjec, who's going to give us the basics. These guys have heard it 100 times before, but it has to be done. The obligatory rules. Come out fighting. Protect yourselves at all times. And may the best man win. Well, the best man, whoever wins tonight, will win a title. I'm here joined with Richard Cannon. My name is Sandy Hook from sunny Bolton. Well, the sun is shining in Croatia, but I tell you what, Richard, there's been 2 hot fights already, and we're into the 3rd, and it's already heating up inside of those ropes.
Well, Rene already came out with a couple of thunderous shots, overcommitting a little bit on the left hook, but just kind of finding his range, finding his rhythm. Body shape-wise, both these guys are pretty similar. Denis the Lumberjack has slightly bigger legs.
Yeah, Denis looking quite relaxed at this stage. As you mentioned, the man from Vienna, Rene Wimmer, comes out a little bit faster, but the cool man, the Lumberjack, starting to do what I'm guessing part of his trade of chopping down and using those low kicks to the lead leg of Rene. Rene in the blue gloves, blue corner.
Rene already having some success on the lead leg of Denis. You can see Denis looking to check that low kick already.
Yeah, there you go, as you said it. Perfect timing with your commentary, Richard. Sorry.
A very sharp right hand there also from Rene. Normally fighters lead off the jab, and so it kind of almost pre-programs fighters to respond off the jab. You can sometimes catch people out using the right hand lead, although it's coming from the back, people don't expect it.
No, that's true. It's a good technique that seems to be used, is just throwing the double, what they call it, double backhand, 2 right straights, but they don't expect the second one either. But like you said, it's unusual to lead with the backhand, and it can, like you said, it can upset the flow of a fighter, because everybody knows the jab is your, it really is your bread and butter, isn't it?
Yeah, that's your range finder. That's how we measure distance. But at the moment, it looks like Rene is winning the strength war. Denis has been a little bit on the back foot throughout this round as he measures distance. And there's already some reddening around the leg of Denis.
So the Lumberjack,
and again, that
is
right
getting his
hand.
leg chopped. Yeah. Ooh, nice inside low kick. Good push kick there from Denis. Solid shots here in this middleweight FFC. And remember, it's a title fight. Solid, aren't they?
Solid boxing, hard punches, coming, trying to find the gap around the guard.
10-second hammer's gone. Attempts the jumping knee. Nullified slightly there from Denis. Well, that's a good, very calm and calculated round, I felt. Richard, I've got my little score sheet.
Well, if I'm pushed, I would edge it towards Rene.
Okay, now very little between our judging, me and Richard. We've only ever had a couple of where we've you know, but it has been close when we've done it. And remember, we're the commentators. We're not judging here tonight. We're just trying to give you guys, you folks back at home, wherever you're watching around the world, a little idea. Richard's giving you lots of little pointers, things that you can look for and identify. And anyone who's a fighter, trainer, or a regular fight fan will identify with a lot of what we're talking about. For just the Joe Blogs who's joined us, the people who are new to the sport in FFC, guys, we're trying to simplify it as well. You know, it's basically a sport that you can see. It's very visible. It's very in your face. You can see what's what. A punch lands, a kick lands, a knee lands, and you know it's points scored. There is a lot of different criteria in kickboxing there is to Muay Thai, but the basis of it all is, you know, the person who's basically doing the most, who's pushing forward, who's aggressive, it tends to be the person who is winning. And we just both saw a little bit of daylight coming from the blue, so we're both going to go 10-9, and I'm happy with that, Richard.
Let's go for round 2.
Nice, solid strikes from the bell.
I think Denis has woken up. I think he's been told off in the corner.
Well, I did say, didn't I? I did look quite calm in that first round. Now, whether he was, you know, biding his time, but yeah, they've both come out quicker, haven't they, than round 1.
Yeah, trying to find that passion and use that fire. Get that little bit of emotion in there. A little bit of nasty intent, trying to throw them shots with the best effect. But again, this is where the stability comes in. Of edging forwards, trying to dominate, trying to come forwards and control the pace. And you can see Rene already on the front foot.
Well, both fighters very busy and active, which is good. Action, which is what it's about. There's 3 rounds only, so they've got to go for it. And this, you know, it's a title fight. It's not just you know, I'm saying not just a fight. A fight is the biggest thing you'll ever do, the hardest thing you'll ever do. But there is something at the end of this. One of these guys will go home with the gold. A nice, fabulous FFC belt round the waist, which will take them through Christmas.
And there was a very sharp right hand left hook from Denis.
Well, it's good matchmaking here. You know, your promoter, Orsat.
A little shake of the head.
Look at that.
Both guys are starting to land on target now.
So the man from Banja Luka in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Denis the Lumberjack Marjanovic, is going for it toe-to-toe with Rene Wimmer, the man from St. Valentin in Austria. Both fighters go for gold.
Right in front of us here. Certainly not a tickling contest. These guys are really letting these shots go.
Yeah, it's just the tempo has gone up, the power's gone up. 1 minute remaining in round 2. 2 minutes gone, and they have been really thunderous 2 minutes. It's a good fight, this, Richard. Both guys, you know, same height and build. Yeah, you can argue that, you know, there's the bit of fight difference experience, but you wouldn't think it now you're watching the fight unfold. You would not know who had the most experience watching these two, would you?
No. Again, Denis trying to step in with that right hand. But Rene always having an answer with 1 or 2 shots.
Oh, 2, 3 big punches coming from
Rene closing
Lumberjack.
up.
The crowds come alive again here. This fabulous Zagreb arena as the hammer goes down. He comes forwards. Stop! Wow, strong finish there for red corner. And you know what? That to me has just tipped the scales.
Yeah, it turns it around.
So the little scorecard comes out, Richard. So do you agree?
Yeah, a 10-9 in the opposite direction.
So we'll just show the fans, okay, what we're talking about. Yes, it's a 10-9 and a 9-10. So all even Stevens on paper at the moment. That's how me and Richard have scored it. Again, we're not judging, guys. We're just giving you a little bit of critique, a little bit of explanation of how scoring is done and what we are seeing here in the best seats of the house, sat in Zagreb. arena, a beautiful, fabulous packed arena here. Thousands and thousands of people and live to 35 countries around the world. This is awesome. And what a show to finish off. 17th of December, a Christmas kicking cracker, FFC style. Woohoo!
Well, next year, FFC are moving over to the States again. They've already got six events sorted for Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So
that's it. We just before the show, Richard, wasn't it? Orsat himself came over to me and you and said, gentlemen,
Judge,
announce it.
Judge,
Release the news.
last round,
Going
fight.
stateside, as they did 2 shows last year, but not in Vegas. They're trying for Vegas this time. So keep your head involved with the media updates with FFC, guys, and on fightchanneltv.com. Boom, strike, where these 2 guys go for it.
Well, this is certainly a war of attrition now. The nose is blooded of Denis.
Yes, look at that. So it shows there is the man has come back out. The Viking.
Both guys are growling on their shots.
This is what makes the fight game so exciting and interesting, and this is what people like to see. A little bit of claret. And he nods there, takes a stiff punch. This is a real tit for tat, as you said, war of attrition between these 2 modern-day gladiators as they go for it. They know what they want at the end of this. They want to be wearing that belt.
That was a big shot. That was a big shot.
To
the back of the head.
It has. It's crumbled him slightly.
This is what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Denis the Lumberjack is coming forward and putting the pressure on now. One of these guys is going to go, and the Viking just seems to be crumbling.
Marjanovic there, even with blood from his nose, is pushing forward. He must have smelt and tasted his own blood and thought, you know what? I might be a slightly wounded animal, but watch me go. And he really has put the bit between his teeth and he's come back. And this makes it really, really tough for the judges. I am so glad I'm just sat here talking about it and not putting pen to paper. The unofficial scorecard at the moment is even Stevens. And you know what? It's going to be a close one.
The cleaner shots right now are coming from Denis.
Yes. Ooh. And this is what might be the decider for the judges for me. Look.
Again, this is a title bout. It's who wants it more. And Denis is really digging deep now.
Well, the Bosnian-Herzegovina man is, like I said, he might be bleeding, but I'll tell you what, he's piling the pressure on, and he does look, the man from Austria, Rene Wimmer, does look visibly tired.
Who's just waving him on there, saying, let's go, let's go.
Woohoo! Loving it, loving it. This is absolutely fantastic FFC style. Fast, frenetic, fabulous FFC.
That was the big shot again, the left hook from Marjanovic. In the 10 seconds,
here we go, Richard.
The grandstand finish.
Yeah. Well, the man...
And the bell goes.
The Lumberjack punches the air, and I think it is... It's got to be. I mean, he just came strong for the middle half of that. From the middle onwards, didn't he, Richard?
He certainly did.
He turned it round,
certainly
didn't he?
Did.
Woo! So, exciting stuff here. Richard, I hope I don't lose my voice, because we're only 3 fights in, my friend, and you know what? Wow. There's some of the slow motion action. That's what makes this sport what it is. And you know what? FFC put some great matchmaking together. Orsat Zovko, the president for FFC 27. And watch out in 2017. Big things come to America. FFC Las Vegas. Baby. Won't mind that gig. Don't know what they make of the hair like over there, but there you go. So here comes the result.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision.
There's the
All
belt.
3 cards favor your winner by unanimous decision.
Yeah, it's gotta
the
be.
new FFC middleweight champion, Denis
Yeah.
the Lumberjack Marjanović.
It's the right decision. It all happened in the third
And
round.
presenting the championship belt, the mayor of the city of Zagreb, Milan Bandic.
So the mayor of Zagreb himself, who's actually sat behind us, Richard, before he's now in the ring and helping present the belt with Orsat. Albeit it was upside down. Must have been in Australia. Now he's back in Zagreb. Just joking. Yeah, what a privilege to have the mayor of Zagreb in the ring with Orsat.
Ladies and
And
gentlemen,
all the officials.
a big round of applause for our new FFC middleweight champion, Denis the Lumberjack Marjanović.
Well, there's a bit of mixture coming from the crowd. I think a lot of people was rooting on the other gentleman for you, but you know what? They're not boos, they're just a little bit of like relative sort of wishing the other guy had got it. Well, you know what? It did make a great title fight. Definitely worthy, but there has to be a winner in a title match, Richard. You know, and I know you can't have a draw. In a normal fight, you know, a non-title fight you can, but a title fight you can't. There has to be a winner.